Hi everyone, I am Manvendra, Data Analytics Trainer at EduBridge, India. Now, today in this video, we will talk about what is data analysis and what are the different types of analysis that we do. So let's get started. So let's understand what is data before understanding or before talking about what is data analysis. So data is collection of raw facts and figures. These have very little meaning unless they are sorted or they are used to make some calculation. So what is data? So data is anything that is present digitally, even your bills, even the images, even the text, all of that are the data. And we need to sort them or we need to make some calculation to gather some information out of those data. The process of sorting or calculating data is called data pre-processing. So the result of data pre-processing is we get information. So let's look at some of the example of data. So here we have the example of student ID, first name, last name, and the credits they have and their GPS. So this is one kind of data. Now, this raw data have some anomalies. They might have some missing values. They might have some different value. For example, in a numeric value, there might be a categorical data. For example, you have all the numbers, but all of a sudden you get some category in that, right? So that is a problem. So we clean this data. So this raw data needs to be converted or sorted or cleaned. So we call that as data pre-processing. So this data, once it is pre-processed, we'll have our information. Now, what is data analysis? So data analysis is the process of cleaning, processing, and interpreting raw data and extracting actionable relevant information that might help the businesses to make smart decisions. Now, in this technology or technical world, we see in the age of this internet, we have so much of data. Now, all of this data, whether you go online, you do some click, you search for anything, you go to shopping malls, you are living behind your data. And the businesses, they want to make use of this data. They want to make use of this data to impact their business, to make smart decisions out of the data. So all the decisions are going to be backed by data. So that's where we are going to use the data analysis. So what is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of cleaning, processing, and interpreting raw data, and we are going to extract the actionable relevant information that might help the businesses to make smart decisions that is going to be backed by the data. Alright, so what are the different kind of analysis that we do? So the different kind of data analysis, you can broadly have them into four categories. We can have them as descriptive, we can have them as diagnostic, prescriptive, and predictive analytics. Now let's get into this one by one. So let's understand what is descriptive analysis. So descriptive analysis answer your question about what? Like what is happening? What is currently happening? What happened in the past? So you are just summarizing. You kind of summarize your data by using some means or see what is your distribution. So you measure all this stuff. You measure the points, you measure their distribution, you measure, so kind of you're summarizing everything that has happened in the past. So that kind of analysis follows the descriptive analysis. So the best example you can come across is the descriptive analysis of your COVID cases currently. So if you just go to Google, if you just Google search the COVID cases in India or anywhere in the world, you'll get a nice description, right? How many cases have been reported, how many cases, how many people have been tested, how many have vaccines has been administered, and so on. So all those different kind of analysis, that is your descriptive analysis. Okay. All right. So you have your raw data and you kind of describe that. You present them in a graphical way so that it will be easy for others to consume that information. Just like if you just go to Google and if you do the search for COVID cases, you will get a nice description, your state-wise number of cases that has been reported, number of people who have recovered, and so on. So that is our descriptive analysis. And you have diagnostic analysis. Now, what in diagnostic analysis, we answer why something happened. What was the reason behind that? So what you do is you check for relations between data. So this might have caused this thing. For example, we were witnessing a spike in the cases of COVID in the May, right? So what was the reason behind that? What was the reason that people were not aware? People were careless. They were gathering in the crowd to attend this rallies, political rallies, and so on. So you kind of do this diagnostic analysis. You try to go for why this happened. So diagnostic analysis is going to answer the question like why something happened. What was the reason? All right. Just like you have the new users and you have the revenue. So why revenue is, as the new users are decreasing, your revenue is also decreasing. While the new users are increasing, your revenue is also increasing. So that is a cause, right? That you are going to why your revenue is decreasing. Your revenue is decreasing because you are decreasing, you are losing your customers, right? So that answers your why the revenue is decreasing. Then we have the predictive analysis. So what is predictive analysis? Now, whatever happened in the past, we can make a model out of that. We can use our statistical softwares, statistical modeling techniques, and we can predict what is most likely to happen in the future based on the past data that we have. So predictive analysis, what answers what is most likely to happen. For example, if you see, we have went through COVID cases, we have been through peak 1, we have been to peak 3. Now you can predict when is the third wave is likely to happen. What will be the highest number of cases that are going to be reported? So you do this predictive analysis kind of thing, right? So here you have the past data, and based on this past, your inferences based on the past pattern, you try to make prediction for the future, right? So that is our predictive analysis. Now then you have prescriptive analysis. So what is prescriptive analysis? So prescriptive analysis is what can we do to minimize that effect. For example, you have done the prediction that let's say the COVID cases are going to increase in this particular month, and these are the number of cases, highest number of cases that are going to be reported. Now, what are we going to do about that? What should we do to minimize that effect? So it answers that question, like what you can do. So you kind of giving a prescription, you kind of giving your suggestions, right? So that is our prescriptive analysis. So prediction, we do our prediction, we make some decision out of that. For example, if the cases increase this much, this is going to be the effect, and these are the likely steps that we can take to minimize that effect, right? So that is our prescriptive analysis. So we have covered all those 4 different kind of analysis, that is our descriptive analysis, our diagnostic analysis, our predictive analysis, and our prescriptive analysis. So I hope it is clear to you now what is data, what is data analysis, and what are the different kind of data analysis. So if you like this video and if you want to keep seeing this kind of video, if you like it, please like the channel, so share it with your friends and subscribe so that if we upload any new videos, you'll be informed about that. So thank you very much. And if you like it, do share it with your friends.